Hey everyone, it looks like we are live. Just a second here. Check and make sure everything is good. Okay, perfect. Welcome everybody to our live show with the Elevation Tribe, where we explore embracing authenticity through holistic living. And if you've ever struggled to find your purpose, or you have a dream that you've been pursuing that hasn't worked out yet, then you are going to completely enjoy our call tonight. And you'll want to stay all the way until the end for a tapping session that will help you release the past. I'm Kimmy. I'm your coach on your journey to heal and awaken your authentic self, and I'm really excited for tonight's story. Each week, we come to you live with topics designed to help you heal and awaken your authentic self, and we share our stories of resiliency over trauma. Our series is called The Elevation Stories, where I interview a new member of the Elevation Tribe each week to hear their personal story of resiliency. I've always loved learning about someone through listening to their story, because I know that we all have so many life experiences to share. And it's also a really healing process to tell your story. So if you would like to share your story with us, please reach out to me to request a spot as one of our guest speakers. On tonight's call, our guest speaker is someone that I have known her whole life, my baby sister, Jaime, and she'll be sharing the story of how she triumphed through so many ups and downs while chasing her lifelong dream to become a massage therapist. Her story is very relatable, and I know that so many of you will resonate with her journey. But before we begin, I want to welcome you to our call. If you know someone who is struggling and could benefit from the support of a loving community, please tag them in the comments right now. The Elevation Tribe support provides everyone with support and connection through our free online community and resources. And to connect with our tribe, you can visit our website, theelevationtribe.com, or you can search for the Elevation Tribe on Facebook and YouTube. All right, is everyone ready to hear Jaime's story? If you have questions or comments for Jaime, please add them as we go through the live, and I'll circle back around to them. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Jaime on the call. Jaime, can you bring up your camera and unmute yourself? As I do that, if you're just joining, please go ahead and let us know where you're joining us from, and make sure that you tag a friend in the comments. All right, Jaime, are you with us?
I am. Hello.
Perfect. There you are. All right, everyone. So welcome to another episode of the Elevation Stories, where members of the Elevation Tribe share their story of overcoming trauma and cultivating resiliency in the process. I'm your host, Kimmy, and I'm so excited to introduce our guest tonight. I have known her whole life, and I was just recently looking through a scrapbook, and I found the very precious picture of the day that we met. Our guest speaker tonight is my baby sister, Jaime Smith, and I fell in love with her the moment that we met. We have been through many years of adventures together. We've had lots of sisterly disagreements, and we have both grown together through our beautiful relationship. I have been a very proud witness to Jaime's life and the journey that she's been through. She is so loving and compassionate, and she has a level of empathy like no one else I have ever met. And tonight, she's going to share her passion for healing touch and how she struggled through some really tough times in the pursuit of her dream career. So, Jaime, welcome to the call. I'm so excited you're here with us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So it's always fun to hear a little bit about someone's background. So why don't we go ahead and start with a quick intro?
Sure. So I am Jaime, as Kim said. I'm her baby sister, and I grew up in Maine. Yes, my shirt says Maine. Um, and yeah, basically just stuck within the same little radius, like went to college in the same little area, and just sort of stayed really close with my family and my community. until 2016 when I relocated to the Boston area with my fiance, because he was offered a job that he couldn't refuse. So yeah, it was definitely a challenge. Rebuilding um, life down here, all new career. I was working in higher education at the time, so just kind of um, made roots and thought I would be working at this same job working in higher education um, forever. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
something different came along, and that's
other
the best part
yeah,
of the story. Let's not give away the ending quite yet.
right.
So, Jamie, you have always had the gift of healing touch. You're one of the best huggers that I know. I might be partial, but you're just really sweet and loving with physical affection. So, it's no surprise that you ended up in the field that you're in. So, why don't you tell us just a little bit about the how you first decided that you wanted to become a massage therapist?
I actually had been giving massages since like high school. My friends started doing sports and they were always sore and I just wanted to take care of them. And so we always just like traded massages and it was great. Um, and it all just was a nice way to be connected to people. I've always felt a little socially awkward, so just being able to connect through human contact, was really nice. When words failed, at least I could give my compassionate touch. Um, but I ended up just kind of pursuing a traditional education after high school, and ended up doing yeah, just sort of like a traditional path. Um, I had actually kind of completely given up on massage, like feeling like my body wouldn't be able to tolerate it. I worried that with my fibromyalgia, I would just be too fatigued or like just incapable of doing it on a consistent basis. Um, but when I was looking for a different career, because things didn't work out at my current job or at the job that I had at that time, I was like, I'm just gonna try it. And like
That's
I
awesome.
Oh yeah, I had been wanting to do it for so long, so it's like hopefully people can be patient with me. I'm like 37 switching careers, so it's like yeah, my teachers were really good.
And it's a really brave thing what you did, but let's kind of take a little bit of a step back because you actually pursued massage therapy school almost 10 years ago, right? Am I getting the dates right? Because you know me with dates.
Yeah,
So what
yeah,
happened with that?
yeah. I um was seeing a massage therapist in Maine in my hometown before I relocated. Um, I had been seeing her for, a couple of years, and then she had decided to pursue one of her dreams, which was to open a massage school. So I followed that journey with her and um piqued my interest because I still like, despite having graduated college and working in the field at that time, I was just still not passionate about what I was doing. So I um yeah, I reached out to the state and made sure that like she had all of her ducks in a row, all of her licensure stuff for her school was working out. Saw the building that she had like renovated for her school, and everything was beautiful and it was all going to be great until it ended up being a scam. So that was really heartbreaking. I had quit my job and was ready to go to school, and she went to Ireland. So um, kind of a devastating blow. Um, but getting to a point where I had healed enough from that and had realized I was at a point in my life where going back to school would work out, and Finally getting to do massage was, um, it was a process.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
remember going through that experience and just remember hearing the updates and feeling so frustrated and angry that that was happening to you. I'm so sad that you did have to go through that, but not long after is when you ended up moving down to Boston and really like kind of reshaping your whole life. You started working at a local college, but again, you kind of were thrown into another hard experience. And so I would love to have you share a little bit more of that part of your story too.
Yeah. So I loved my job. I worked for the graduate school for a university business school down here. That's been around for a while, and bought a house in the same town. I was just like, I'm going to be here forever. I'm going to be working at this place forever. It was just, I don't know. I loved it. Um, but with the pandemic, that changed a lot of the things about how we conducted our business. Um, it also placed a large strain on my coworkers and I because our supervisor had to be like she was forced into retirement when budgets were cut and all of this stuff that happened with universities, having to give money back for sending students home during COVID. And yeah, we had to pivot. But our team was without a leader, and my coworkers just sort of just didn't, it just wasn't great. Um, One of them in particular was quite a bully.
Yeah,
And
you can name it. She definitely was from the behavior that she exuded. So yeah.
yeah, um, to the point where she came to my house in the middle of the night and smashed my car with a baseball bat. So, like, just was not conducive for it was just not a good, it was a very toxic work environment. Um, and I ended up having to quit that job without really knowing what I would do next, but just sort of feeling at a loss, like the burnout from the way things changed because of COVID and, you know, going to campus, not knowing if I would catch COVID, not having the vaccine yet, having to deal with toxic coworkers and bullying. Yeah, yeah, um, yeah.
It was a lot. I remember hearing you tell me what had been happening, and it completely broke my heart because I'll never understand how someone could treat you like that. And my mama bear, big sister, was really activated. I was like, you need to show me who this girl is. But Jamie, ultimately, you and I both know that there are no mistakes in the world. And it, everything that you went through was part of your journey to get you to exactly where you are, exactly what you're doing. And doing the most beautiful work and the most beautiful place. Everything is just kind of lining up for you right now. So, why don't you share a little bit more about your most recent chapter? We've kind of alluded to it a little here and there, but tell us the beautiful ending to this rocky story of yours.
I am a licensed massage therapist.
Ooh, yay!
The end. I get to take care of people every day. I put two people to sleep on my table today, which was just very satisfying. It was like, oh, they're relaxed and they feel safe. Um, so yeah, I'm still kind of, my body is still adapting. But just really enjoying um getting to do the work finally.
And
Finally.
I remember when you applied for school, you told me, and I was just so excited and so proud of you. So tell us a little bit about the experience that you went through with school and just being able to graduate. Like, give us a little more. We need more information.
Oh, okay. Well, I had three other classmates and they were all young girls, young women, in their early 20s. And Um, yeah, they say that there's a lot of stuff that comes up in massage school. They like to say that tissues have issues. And so when we were in our deep tissue module, probably like one person was leaving crying just because like stuff was coming up. Whether it would be emotional, like life relationship drama or uh fear for the future. It just was a lot like, things that had happened in the past. But it was really nice to have the support of my classmates and my teachers, the administrative staff. Um, and I was valedictorian, so that was cool.
Yes, you were.
Um,
I love
yeah.
that. And ultimately, the place where you did your like kind of massage interning hired you, right?
Oh, well, I didn't do any interning, but there was a place that I had basically I interviewed them. It's like, so this is part of the program. I have to like for my school, I have to talk to, different companies and get a feel for where I might like to work. And so I just got the inside scoop and got to like peek behind the curtain before I had graduated from school and I was like, all right, I'm ready right now. Like right now. Can I just work right now, please? And I did. I had to jump through a lot of hoops to work for this place that I am working now, but it was the only place that I wanted to work. It's the only place I applied. And even my partner was like, are you sure you want to do that, sweetheart? Like only one place? Like, is that realistic? It's like, yes, I really want to work here. Um, and luckily they liked me as much as I liked them. And it's been a couple of months, so I'm just really happy there.
I can tell, Jamie, and I just love this journey that you have been on. I'm so excited for you because it brings everything that you have gone through and everything that you've worked so hard for full circle. And I know so many people are going to relate to your story because they also feel trapped, just like you did. And they need to hear that it's possible to break free from toxic situations.
Mm.
Now, as a massage therapist, you're working on a lot of people every day and you're giving a lot of loving energy to these clients. So, what are some of the ways that you take care of yourself so that you can be fully present for them?
Well, I can see that your cat is peeking in from behind your shoulder, and I had my cat here with me. He was sitting in my lap when the call first started, and I was like, I have to say, my cats, I totally get really like, um, they take care of me, like that. There's just like a therapeutic aspect of. I have three very big, very fluffy Siberian cats, and they just yeah they heal me.
Yeah,
So if you
Jamie's
don't
best.
have
Oh, sorry. Jamie's best accessory is cat fur, 100%.
yeah
Yeah.
um so if you don't have a pet, anybody out there, if you're feeling um like you want a friend, then like definitely get a pet. And like if you practice Reiki or ever do any myofascial release, if you don't have a human right handy, like you can practice on your pet. I highly suggest it.
Do
They
your
like
cats
it.
like Reiki? Because
And
Boo does
myofascial
not.
release. Yeah.
They do. I can't get Boo to like Reiki at all. So
Yeah.
that's okay though. He's weird.
Well,
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Reiki because you just were Reiki certified as well, right?
so yeah, at the end of September, got my Reiki 1 certification. Mostly I wanted to build up my own uh or aura, or like I don't want to take on the injuries of my clients. And that, believe it or not, that happens. It's happened to me a few times, like working on someone's injury in their hip, and then my hip will hurt. And it's like, no, like I want to help people and not take on their pain by like it. So yeah, Reiki 1 at the end of September. I haven't been able to practice it in a professional sense, but I've done it on my pets and my partners and myself. Um, and yeah, it's nice.
Awesome. And
Cool.
Reiki level 2, it just gets better. You're gonna love, I can't wait for you to get Reiki level 2. So
Yeah.
And you have lots of really great mentors available, so it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
Well, Jaime, this has just been so incredible. I couldn't have even imagined that it would. I don't know. I knew that it was going to go well, but this was so much fun.
Yeah.
I can totally, I know that I'm going to have you back as a guest again. So we have lots more conversations to have in the future. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us, just letting us see a little bit of your beautiful heart and for being part of the tribe as well. I know that I tell you this all the time, but Jaime, I am so proud of you and I'm so proud of everything that you've accomplished. You are so strong and so beautiful. And I couldn't imagine doing this life without you. I'm so glad that God sent you to be my baby sister and not somebody else's. So before we wrap up the call, and Jaime, if you'd like, you are welcome to stay on video or go off, totally up to you. But before we wrap up our call, I would love to walk us through a brief exercise together. So, over the past few weeks, we've been exploring different healing techniques, and EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, or emotional tapping is one of my favorite ones. And so, earlier this week, just as promised, I mentioned that I was going to share a demonstration of a tapping session with you. You can use this technique on any emotion that you're feeling, but for tonight, let's tap through releasing negative past experiences. And we're going to use Jaime's story as inspiration for our session because I know that so many of you can relate. So before we begin, just think of a similar experience that you're ready to release. And you can mentally change the words that I'm saying if you need to make it resonate or feel more personal to you. I'm going to use my notes here just to help us tap through this, but you can either tap along or simply watch me demonstrate. Remember, tapping feels a little awkward at first, but trust me, this method is so powerful. And with time, I know that it will become a really comforting process. So let's go ahead and start tapping together. The first thing that you want to do is start off by saying a setup statement 3 times while tapping the karate chop point on your hand. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Even though I'm still feeling hurt and resentful with what happened in my past, I still deeply love and accept myself. Even though I don't understand why these women treated me the way they did, I still deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm struggling to accept why I had to endure so much hatred, I still deeply love and accept myself. Tapping gently above the eyebrow. Why did this happen to me? Tapping on the side of the eye. I didn't deserve to be treated that way. Tapping under the eye. Why couldn't they just love and accept me for me? Tapping above the lip. Is there something wrong with me? Tapping under the chin. I just don't understand. What did I do wrong? Tapping on the collarbone. All of these memories and doubts keep coming back. Tapping on the side of your body around your rib cage. It makes me worried that it will happen all over again. Tapping on the top of your head. All of this fear, all of this self-doubt. Gently above the eyebrow again. I begin to let it go. Side of the eye. I release these memories. I release this negative experience. Tapping under the eye, I release these memories. I release the doubts. Above the lip, I love myself and others deeply, and I attract the right people into my life. Under the chin, so I choose to keep loving people. Collarbone, I feel love replacing the bad memories and the self-doubt. Tapping on the side of your body, all is well and I am safe. Tapping on the top of your head, all is well and I can rest. We're going to end by putting our hands over our hearts and just take a nice deep breath. We're going to give ourselves just a little bit of self-love and take a minute to think of something that you're grateful for. And when you're ready, go ahead and come back into the present moment. How did that feel? Did you notice your heart rate start to even out? And is your mind a little bit more at ease? I'd love for you to share how that went in the comments. Negative emotions and experiences like what Jaime went through will take root in your body, and it will eventually turn into illness if you don't find a way to release it. And tapping is my favorite method to let go of trauma and emotions in the past. I'm going to just check and see. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, y'all. Wow, what an amazing night. So I just want to thank everyone who joined our call, and I want to give out another huge shout out to Jaime for sharing her story. Didn't she do an amazing job? Please set a reminder because every week we're going to be here Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to share another episode of the Elevation Stories. So until then, continue to embrace your authentic self and let us know how we can support you. This concludes our live show. So everyone have a wonderful evening, and until next time, and my Zoom ladies, my sisters on the call, you stay right where you are. Have a wonderful evening.